Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining me for another Haley Wanders yoga class. So today we're going to be working through a slow flow that really invites us into our bodies and to simply notice the rich sensations that accompany our practice. So I invite you to start by finding a nice tall seat, sitting up tall through the spine, and then just allowing the eyes to drift closed. Taking a few moments as you start to settle in. So just getting comfortable through your seat, the palms drifting down towards the knees. Allow for a bit of softness through the arms, the shoulders sliding down the back. And as the body becomes still, start to notice all the sensations of the breath. And taking slow, deep breaths in through the nose, we feel the belly rise. Rib cage expanding, breathing right up into the heart space. And as you exhale, the chest falls, the rib cage contracts, the belly softens. And just continuing to breathe in this way as you invite your awareness into that first layer of ourselves, this external self. So feel as though you're breathing right to the edges of your body. Become aware of the borders of your body, of your skin, your clothing against you. And just start to notice any sensations within this layer. And just noticing any niggling sensations, any injuries that perhaps you're nurturing. Really noticing what is present for you today. Not yesterday, not a week ago, but what is sitting in that layer today. And then allow that awareness to start to sink a little bit deeper, arriving within the emotional body, and just noticing again what's present. Are there emotions that have been weighing heavy on the mind or the heart? Are there ones that are bubbling up from somewhere deeper, ones that we've been trying to push away? We can feel them the moment that we slow down and watch. And then finally descending down into our energetic body. So allow yourself to start to feel the space around your skin, that auric field. Immediately, as you bring your awareness to that space, feel it come alive. Feel the electricity that surrounds your body. And feel yourself growing into that space with every breath. Feel yourself expanding and contracting. Noticing anything that you feel within that energetic body, anything that's followed you here. And then slowly taking the palms towards the heart space. We take Anjali Mudra. And slight bow of the head down in reverence of our hearts. And we set an intention, a sankalpa for our practice. And how is it that you can best show up for yourself today as you've checked in with all these different layers of ourself, and with the ever-shifting sensations and energies and emotions that pass through us? It's not going to look the same day in and day out. So how do we want to nourish ourselves today on all those different layers? How can we best be of service to this self? And allow your intention to come from that place. Start to breathe it to life within the body, taking 3 deep breaths in and out through the nose. And release. Palms come back down towards the knees. And softly blink open the eyes if they're closed. Now if you're sitting up on a block or a cushion or a bolster, just placing that off to the side and coming to sit flat on your mat. Beautiful. And we'll begin by just taking some gentle rolls through the shoulders. So we squeeze them right up towards the ears. And then exhale to let them melt down the back. And big breaths in, starting to time every movement with the breath. And moving nice and slow through our practice today. So we're not trying to rush the process of moving from one place to the next. We're just simply marinating in each of the spaces along the way, as if each place, each transition was an asana in and of itself. Big breath in, shoulders squeeze up towards the ears, and then exhale, let them slide down the back. Good, inhaling, hands to the sky. Releasing those right fingertips down beside the body. Left hand starts to reach up and over and really stretch out through that sideline of the body. Take a deep breath in as you lengthen that arm a little bit more. Left hip actively pressing into the earth. Exhale, back off about 5 or 10%. Let that left shoulder roll forwards. Breathing in to expand. Roll the left shoulder back. Take your gaze towards the sky as you spin the heart to open. Exhale, gently backing off. Left shoulder draws down. Breathing in to rise. And just start to move through these motions of activation and surrender. And just exploring those spaces in between. And then breathing ourselves into that full expression. Left fingertips reaching up and over the body. Reach as far over to the side as you can as the hands start to come down towards the earth. We begin to skate the palms slowly across over to the left. That right shoulder reaches up and over the body. Begin to spin your heart to the sky. Big breath in, reach through the right fingertips, right hip pressing down. Exhale, back off. Let that right shoulder roll forwards. Good, inhale to rise. Pull the shoulder back, shift your gaze towards the sky, find that full activation, and then let it melt back off. Good, breathing in to rise, last one. Reach more through the fingertips. Find as much length through that right line of the body. Slow motion, fingertips come back towards the earth. Skate them straight the body. Come up onto these little tents through the fingertips. And begin to slide the fingertips forwards, shoulders hugging towards the ears. Hips dragging us towards the back of our mat. Take a full breath in, hands glide in towards the body. Palms collect in towards the heart space. Take an exhale to land. Breathing in, interlace the fingers. And start to lift the elbows up towards the sky, really stretching out through those sidelines of the body. Exhale, press forwards. Palms come forwards. Heart caving in towards the chest. Inhale to rise, hands to the sky. Exhale, slow motion. Circle those hands back behind the body. Interlace the fingers. Drive that fist towards the earth as we open the heart space. And then slowly release. Hands come out with control. And just feel the hands interacting with all the space around the body. Fingertips softly meet. Take a deep breath in. Full breath out. Second round, inhale, interlace the fingers. Let those elbows slowly reach up towards the sky. Stretch out into the armpits. Exhale, push the palms forwards. Draw the belly in, shoulders towards the ears. Breathing in to rise, hands come up towards the sky. Try to lift the palms away from the wrists, wrists away from the shoulders. Exhale, hands circle back behind the body. Find awkward grip this time. Take the opposite pinky on top. Breathing in, fist rotates towards the earth. Exhale, unravel, hands circle out in front of the body. Take a full deep breath in. Full breath out, let it go. And slowly releasing the palms down in front of the body, we make our way into our tabletop position. So just checking to see that you have wrists beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips. And we spread the fingers nice and wide onto our mat. We want to start to isolate this movement. So we're moving through cat-cow, but I want you to lead with the tailbone. So as you inhale, let the belly drop down, then pull it up into the heart space, then finally opening up through the chin. As we exhale, tailbone tucks first, belly draws in. Slow motion, we start to ripple back one time, chin tucking in at the very end. Breathing in, lead with the tailbone. Belly drops, heart space pulls through, chin lifts at the very end, really opening the collarbones. Exhale, tailbone tucks, belly hugs in. Slow motion, drawing back, actively pressing the palms down into the earth. And just taking one more round your breath. And seeing if you can move, pivot one vertebrae at a time. The full length of that inhale brings us into that opening through the front body. Full length of the exhale, pivoting one vertebrae at a time, rounds us back. And coming back into a neutral spine, we take the knees nice and wide, big toes touch, and let the hips softly sink towards the heels. And reaching the fingertips to slide out in front as the forehead comes to rest. And finding child's pose. And just giving yourself a few moments to really land. And just to feel the belly expanding between the thighs with each breath in. And let it go. Let yourself land a little more heaviness through the fronts of the shins, the forearms, the fingertips. And breathing in, it's as if you're being lifted from the back of the heart. And rolling all the way up through center. And then tucking the toes, we take the hips high, downward facing dog. And give yourself a moment to land in this first down dog as we start to pedal out through the feet, and just bending one knee and then the next. And if you find this urge to want to move quickly, I encourage you to slow it down. Let the body feel as though it's moving through honey, like there's resistance in the air today. So every movement feels both strong and stable, but also soft, like you're melting into that space. And slowly coming back through center, spreading those fingers nice and wide onto your mat. And take the gaze up between the palms, take a soft bend in the knees, and then start to tiptoe your way to the top of your mat. And again, moving as slow as possible, aware of the placement of each foot against the earth. And as each foot comes down, see if you can spread all 5 toes, let them land against the earth. And just becoming aware of all of the different aspects of this body. And as the feet land hip width apart, we reach to grab hold of opposite elbows, letting the head hang heavy, taking as much bend into the knees as you need as you start to sway gently from side to side. And just allowing for that release through the low back, maybe opening and closing the mouth nice and wide a couple of times. And we release the fingertips heavy towards the earth, and with your next breath in, take your time, move slower than you feel inclined to move as we start to roll up one vertebrae at a time. The fingertips might trace the shins, the knees, the thighs, as we slowly roll to stand and just feel all the sensations that rush in along the spine. And coming to stand tall in your Tadasana. So the feet are about hip width apart. And really engage, spread those toes, feel as though you're gripping into the earth. Lifting the knees, engaging the quads, feel that strength through the legs, that full activation as we drive the earth away out of the soles of the feet. And then with each breath in, the crown of the head reaches a little bit taller. And I want you to start to imagine that you're breathing the full length of your spine. Slow breath in, hands circle towards the sky. Exhale, circle those hands back behind the body. Interlace the fingers. Start to drive that fist towards the heels. Really squeeze the shoulder blades together. Bend the knees. Let the heart space pull you forwards as you drag the body down. Belly trying to connect to the thighs, and then eventually maybe the legs begin to lengthen. Release the fingertips down towards the earth. Take a breath in, palms to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step it back, high plank. And taking a deep breath in at the top of your plank, knees come down to the earth. As we exhale, elbows hug the body, lower all the way down. Nice and slow, body like a board. Untuck through the toes, grip into the fingertips. Breathing in, baby cobra, chest peels up. Exhale, send it back, hips towards the heels. We find child's pose, releasing the forehead to rest. Breathing in, slowly rise. It's as if you're being lifted from the back of the heart. Puffing up the space between the shoulder blades. Tuck the toes, send the hips high, downward facing dog. And taking 3 deep breaths in and out through the nose. Allowing the heels to gently press towards the earth as the sit bones lift. And start to feel that lengthening to the backs of the legs. And gaze between the palms, take a soft bend in the knees. And again, slow motion, make your way to the top of your mat. Every step of the foot, it's like you're spreading all 5 toes to grip the earth. And just building this hyper awareness of everything that's going on inside our bodies. And as the feet land hip width apart, take a breath in, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, let it go as you fold. Circling the palms to the sky, deep breath in, gather all that energy through the hands. As the palms meet, interlace the fingers, flip the palms to face up. Now really drive out of the feet. Let the palms lift you a little bit higher, shoulders kind of squeezing up towards the ears. Big breath in through center. We're tipping over to our right. Opening through that left side body. Take an inhale, come back through center. Over to the left. Good, breathing in to rise. Exhale, slowly circle, hands back behind the body. Take it as slow as possible. Feel all those rush of sensations into the fingertips. Awkward grip, opposite pinky on top. Breathing in, fist drags towards the heels, lift the heart space. Bend the knees, pour the heart down as you fold. And fist perhaps rotating towards the sky, weight rocking forwards into the balls of our feet. Release the fingertips to the earth. Halfway lift, breath in. Exhale, plant the palms, step it back, high plank. Take an inhale at the top of your plank. Find that strength. Spread the fingers wide, lift the back of the heart. Exhale to lower. Option knees come down, come all the way to the earth, body like a board. And untuck through the toes, baby cobra, chest peels up. Exhale, rolling back, press through the palms, hips to heels. We find child's pose, releasing the forehead to rest. And slow breath in. Feel as though you're being lifted from the back of the heart. How slowly can you rise? Chin stays tucked right till the very end. Tuck the toes, send the hips high, downward facing dog. Breathing in, right leg to the sky. Exhale, slow motion. Step that right foot between the palms, dropping your left knee down onto the earth. And now rise up onto the fingertips. So feel the heart space pulling through. Soften your left thigh bone towards the earth. Begin to squeeze inner thighs towards one another. Breathing in, heart space lifts a little bit more. Exhale, draw the hips in. Push out of your right big toe. Think cat motion, round through the spine. Inhale, expand through. Heart space pulls through. Left thigh bone melts down. Exhale, push into that right big toe. Squeeze into the belly. Inhale to open. Exhale, draw it in. Coil all that energy into the belly. Now keep that engagement through our right foot. Keep pushing the earth away. Slowly rise. Fingertips swing up overhead. Big breath in, gathering all that energy into the hands. Palms meet overhead. Interlace the fingers. Flip the palms to face up. Really lift up through the palms. Shoulders rising up away from the body. As we exhale, we're tipping over to our right. Deep opening through that left side. Good. Breathe it in, rise back through center. Exhale, release. Hands come down towards the earth. Now our left knee draws in directly beneath the hip. Left toes pivot back behind us. Left arm circles to the back of our mat. Right leg kicks out to the top. Find this length through the sideline of the body now. So we're really driving our right pinky toe down into our mat. The right fingertips are reaching up and over. Take a full deep breath in. Try to lift that right hip a little bit higher. Exhale, right fingertips come down towards the earth. Drape them along your mat. Inhale completes the circle, right hand to the sky. Exhale, circle that hand to the earth. Nice and slow. And just notice what you feel in that shoulder joint. One more breath. Breathe it in, right arm extends straight up towards the sky. Try to stack right wrist on top of the left. Drive the earth away out of that left palm, right leg lifting off. Flex through the right foot, try to push it towards the front of your mat, squeezing into that right glute. Take one more breath. Exhale, release, right foot comes down. Left toes pivot forwards, slide the right leg out. We're landing down onto our seat. I'm just going to pivot around to face you. So we have that left leg in towards us, right leg is out to the side. Take a deep breath in as you reach up through the fingertips and then start to tip down over the leg and stretching out through the side body. And again, we breathe in to reach through the fingertips, just like we did at the start. Exhale, backing off, let that shoulder roll down. Good, inhale to rise, draw the left shoulder back, open through the heart space. Exhale to sink, let the shoulder drop down. Good, one more like this, breathing in to rise. Slow motion, come up through center. Your left palm lands to the back of your mat. Kick the left toes back behind you. This time, right toes, right arm sweeps back, hips and heart press forwards. And release. Bring that right palm back down onto your mat. Pivot left toes back behind us. Step the left foot back, high plank. And I'm just going to swap back. Take a full deep breath in at the top of your plank. Exhale, slowly lower. Elbows hugging the body. Dig into the fingertips, untuck the toes, heart space pulls forwards and up. Exhale, rolling back. Find child's pose, send the hips towards the heels. Breathing in to slowly rise. And feel the shoulder blades spreading across the back, and then tuck the toes, send the hips high, downward facing dog. Take a full deep breath in through the nose. Let out a gentle sigh, release. And breathing in, left leg to the sky. Left foot steps to the center of the palms, dropping our right knee down onto the earth, and then we rise up onto the fingertips. So feel the heart space really trying to pull through, shoulders drawing down and away from the ears. Take a full deep breath in, lift a little more. Exhale, imagine like your cat-cow, draw the belly in, push through that left big toe around the spine. Breathing in to expand, let the heart space melt through. Exhale, draw it in, coil all that energy into the belly. Melt into it and then push as you exhale, squeeze the belly in nice and tight. Now keep that engagement through the legs. Slow motion, the hands circle up towards the sky. Letting the palms meet overhead, we interlace the fingers, flip the palms to face up. Drive up through the palms. The arms are trying to stretch out as much as possible. Inner thighs keep squeezing together as we tip to our left. And feel that nice opening through the right side body. Slow motion, rise back through center. Exhale, release, hands come down onto the earth. Right knee comes directly beneath the hip. Right toes pivot to the left side. Right palm circles to the back of our mat. The left leg kicks out to the top. Left arm reaching up and over the body. So find that deep stretch through the sideline. Ground down through that outer blade of the left foot. So our left pinky toe is pushing into our mat. Left hip lifts nice and high. Left fingertips try to reach towards the back of the mat. Take a full deep breath in. Exhale, fingertips drape the earth. We just start to move with breath, taking those big circles through the left arm. Noticing everything that you feel, trying to find that connection, breath to movement. And take it all the way around. With our next breath in, the left arm extends straight up towards the sky. Gaze comes up towards that left hand, stacking one wrist on top of the next. Push out of the right palm. Take an inhale, left leg lifts off. Flex through the foot, drive it towards the top of your mat, belly hugging in. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Release that left foot down. Right toes spin forwards. Slide the hips down onto the earth. Connect sole of the foot to the inside of the thigh. Good. From here, our left hand drops to the inside of the leg. Right hand reaches up and over. And stretching out through the side of the body. Take a deep breath in. Reach through those right fingertips. Try to find more length. Exhale, back off, let the shoulder roll down. And just start to move through those pulsations between activation and surrender. Good, breathing in to rise. Come all the way back through center. Right palm lands to the back of your mat. Lift off through that right knee. Let the left toes spiral back. Deep breath in. Exhale, release. Palm comes down onto the earth. Tuck the toes in underneath you. Step back with the opposite leg. Landing in our plank position. Deep breath in. Exhale, slowly lower, coming all the way down onto the earth. Untuck the toes, baby cobra, chest peels up. Exhale, send it back. Find child's pose, hips towards the heels. Breathing into rise. And slowly coming up onto our mat. And tucking the toes, send the hips high, downward facing dog. Breathing in, right leg to the sky. Exhale, step that right foot through the palms. And this time, stay high on the back toes. Take an inhale to lift up onto the fingertips. Exhale, left knee drops down. Circle the hands to the sky. Palms meet. This time, take the palms in towards the heart space, allowing the elbows to stretch out. Press the palms together. Twisting to our right, we hook that left elbow to the outside of the knee. And pushing into the palm as you start to spin your heart to open. With each breath in, feel the crown of the head pull a little bit further forwards. Find that lengthening of the spine. And then we twist a little deeper with that exhale. Good. Breathing in, gaze comes down towards the earth. As you unravel through center, let the left toes pivot back behind you. Palms come in towards the heart space. So we're stacking left hip on top of the knee. Right foot is pointing towards the mat, the top of the mat. Hands out in both directions. Begin to tip forwards. Right fingertips come down towards the earth, left hand to the sky. And sink a little deeper into that right knee. And just start to take these little pulses. Again, sinking in and then backing off. And sinking in, backing off. Last one, let that right knee just come to its max range. So be mindful of the knee. And then just take a moment to pause. Take a deep breath in, circle that left hand up and over. Exhale, left fingertips circle down towards the earth. Breath in to rise. Exhale, left fingertips straight down. Last one. As that left hand reaches up and over, right leg begins to extend. Flex the foot, start to slide the right heel forwards, and stretching into that side line of the body. And you can allow that right heel to come as far forwards as you need. Push out of your right palm. Keep reaching through those left fingertips. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale, release. Palm comes down towards the earth. Left toes pivot underneath us. We land back in that half split variation. This time we're taking a twist to face our right leg. Hands come to frame either side of the leg. Press through the fingertips, lift up through the heart space. Exhale, we're folding straight down. Hands come to the ankle, edges of the feet. With a breath in, the heart space pulls through and then melts down, belly towards the thigh. Good, breathing in to rise. Exhale, come all the way back up through center. Plant your left palm. Plant the right palm. Tuck the right toes in underneath you. Squeeze that left knee in towards the chest. Left leg to the sky. Breath in. Left foot steps between the palms. Gaze forwards. Right foot steps forwards to meet the left, folding over. And halfway lift. Breath in. Exhale, let it go as you fold. And circle the palms to the sky. Slow breath in to rise. Exhale, pull those palms down through the heart space. Release the arms down alongside the body. Find Tadasana. Good. Just a moment to really land. Again, close down your eyes and just sense that space around your body, a couple centimeters around you. And just feel it come to life. Feel the electricity, as if there is resistance, heaviness to the air around you. And feel yourself expanding and contracting into that space. And as we flutter open the eyes, take a big breath in, hands to the sky. Exhale to fold straight down over the legs. Lead with the heart space. And halfway lift, breath in. Plant the palms, step it back, high plank. And breath in at the top of our plank. And then slowly lowering, coming all the way down. And breathing in, baby cobra, chest peels up. Exhale, send it back, find child's pose, release the hips towards the heels. And forehead comes to rest. And this time we're going to start to walk the hands over to the right side. So hands are coming over to the right. Allow the hips to melt back down. Maybe the left hand stacks on top. And just gently press into that left side body. Take a big breath into the rib cage. Exhale, hands slowly walk over to the left. Maybe the right palm stacks on top, hips track back. Forehead comes down to rest. Big breath into the right rib cage. Exhale, hands come back through center. Breathing in, slow rise. It's as if you're being lifted from the back of the heart. Take your time coming up. Tuck the toes, send the hips high, downward facing dog. And breathing in, left leg to the sky. Step that left foot softly between the palms. Rise up onto the fingertips first. Feel the heart space pull through. Feel that lengthening to the back line of the body. And then slow motion, right knee comes down. Circle the hands to the sky. Palms gather in towards the heart space. Elbows in line with one another. We're twisting to our left. Right elbow hooks the outside of the knee. We start to press into that left palm. Really spinning the heart to open. So the belly trying to lift away from the thigh. As we draw ourselves deeper into that twist, just noticing where we can move with breath. And take your gaze down towards the earth. As you unravel through the spine, right toes pivot back behind us. So we have that right knee directly beneath the hip, left knee is pointing out to the side, and think ankle directly beneath the knee. Take a big breath in, climb tall through the spine. Exhale, hands open, tip down, left fingertips towards the earth inside that left foot. And so we start to allow this left knee to track past the ankle and then drive the earth away back up. Good. Let it come past the ankle and then lift away. Just little pulses, feeling into that left knee and just playing with our end range and with that opening to the hips. Maybe that left hand comes down onto the earth, or always the option to have that block or book beneath your palm. Let the right fingertips reach up and over. Deep breath in. Exhale, fingertips drape down towards the earth. And breathing in to rise. Exhale, fingertips melt down. Last one like this. As you exhale, left leg begins to lengthen. Now it can help to kind of swish those left toes out, come onto the heel. Keep pressing out of that left palm, right fingertips reaching up and over. And just allowing the body to sink down. Take a full breath in to rise. Right palm lands to the back. Right toes pivot forwards. We sit the hips back. Sole of the foot comes to the inside of the thigh. Twist to face your left leg. Hands come to frame that leg. Breath in as you press through the fingertips, lift up through the heart space. And then start to walk the body straight down over that left leg. Breathing into rise, walking the palms back in towards the body. Right palm lands, reaching out to the side. Down, left palm comes down. Squeeze the right knee in towards the chest. Take it back, three-legged dog. Step the right foot through the palms, gaze forwards. Left foot steps forwards to meet the right, folding over. Halfway lift. Let it go. Circle the hands to the sky, big breath into rise. And then pull that breath down into the heart space, landing strong in your Tadasana, hands alongside the body. And take a big breath in, hands to the sky. Exhale, fold straight down over the legs, lead with the heart space. And halfway lift, breath in. Plant the palms, step back, high plank. And breath in at the top of your plank. And slowly lowering, elbows drawing in, collarbones broad. As we land down on our mat, bring either cheek to rest, release the arms down alongside the body, and just take a moment to fully relax. And let yourself be held. Heaviness through the front of the shoulders, the ankles rolling slightly in or out. This full relaxation in the body. We'll take our gaze back through center. And I want you to flip the palms to face down. The palms are pressing into the earth. Root through the tops of the feet. Inner thighs hug towards one another. Take an inhale, just the chest lifts off. Exhale, slowly release. Rib cage, chest, chin. Breathing in, we rise. Chest lifts. Then the hands begin to hover. Squeeze the fingertips to reach back. Heart space pulls forwards. Exhale, slowly lower. Last one. This time as we start to lift, hands come back behind us, interlace the fingers, and then drive that fist towards the heels as we lift the heart space. Legs begin to lift off. We find our full locust pose. Breathing in, toes pull back, heart pulls forwards. Exhale, let it go. Release the opposite cheek to rest. Let the shoulders, the knees, the hips soften. Bring the palms beneath the shoulders, pressing up through your tabletop position. Knees nice and wide, big toes touch. We drop the hips towards the heels. And breathing in, lift through the back of the heart. And coming up through our tabletop position, and then both feet pivot out to the side. And we're simply spinning around to extend those legs straight out in front of the body. So toes are flexed to pull back towards us. And taking a breath in, circling his hands up overhead. Folding straight down over the legs, let the heart space pull you forwards. Bringing hands to ankles, shins, edges of the feet. We find those little ripples with breath. So as you inhale, heart space pulls through. Melt with that breath, belly towards the thighs. Breathing in, heart space pulls through. Take it slow. Find as much extension of the spine. Keep the extension as you fold a little deeper with that breath out. And just close down your eyes. Feel into not just the physical body, but the energetics behind each asana. And as you find stillness, slight tuck of the chin, just let yourself fold in upon yourself. Invite yourself into the darkness, into the warmth. And feeling in that gentle stretching sensation all the way through the whole back line of the body, from soles of the feet right through to the crown of the head. And breathing in, we rise, halfway lift, heart lifts. Exhale to rise up through center. Now we're going to take the legs nice and wide this time. So legs are coming wide. You can stay pointing forwards. Just turn to face you. So we have the feet flexed. Knees are pointing straight up. Take a breath in, hands lift up towards the sky. Exhale, we're tipping down over that right leg. Let the shoulders soften. Begin to skate the hands across the earth. Come over to the opposite side. Right shoulder draws back. Slow motion. Skate the palms across the earth. Over to that left side, opening through the body. And then rolling back, fingertips sweep across. Opening to the left. And finally, sweep those hands straight out in front of the body. Come onto the fingertips. Keep the knees, the toes pointing upwards. Begin to walk the fingertips away. We take an inhale, chest pulls through. So feel the heart space pull through the shoulders. Keep that length as you start to lower. Maybe the forearms coming down towards the earth. You can always bring them a little bit closer. You can always stay up nice and high on the hands. So each time I want you to think, inhale, heart space pulls through. And then let yourself fold. Breathing in, find that length. Grow as tall as you can out of the spine, and then keep that length as you fold. And we start to walk the palms back in towards the body, rising up through the chest. Soles of the feet come together now as we lean back onto the hips, and drawing those heels in nice and close to the body. Using your thumbs to open your feet as if they were a book. Take that breath in to lift through the heart space, and then folding straight down the center. And you can use your elbows just as a gentle guide against the inner thighs, encouraging them down towards the earth. Breathing in, halfway lift. Let the heart space pull through. Exhale to rise, come up through center. Good. Draw those knees in towards the chest. Give your forearms a big wrap around the knees, and then really pull the heart space through, lengthen up through the spine. Keep that right forearm around the fronts of the knees. Left arm comes back behind us. Press into the fingertips, feel the heart space lift, and then use that hand on the leg to draw that right shoulder through. And feel that gentle twisting through the spine, this wringing out of the upper body. Gaze shifting back over our left shoulder. Breathe it in, just the gaze comes forwards, take it slow. Exhale to unravel back through center, wrapping forearm in front of the knee. Right hand comes back behind the body. Press into the fingertips, lift up through the heart space, and then gently twisting, taking our gaze back over that right shoulder. The left hand pulls against the legs to take the shoulder through. And breathing in back through center. And slowly unraveling. Give yourself a little hug. Squeeze into this little ball. Now hands to opposite elbows. Start to wrap the shoulder blades around the outside of the back. Feel the back of your heart pushing back behind you. And start to pull every breath into the sides of the rib cage and then the back of the heart. And just feel that spaciousness through the back body. And breathing in, heart space lifts. Exhale to unravel. Hands come back behind us now. We're just walking ourselves down onto the forearms and then all the way down onto our backs, extending the legs out in front of the body, letting the whole body relax. And shoulders, legs, face. We'll start to walk the feet in towards us, bringing them nice and close so you can just about touch your heels with your fingertips. Breathing in, we start to rise. So like we did at the start of our practice, I want you to think about lifting, let the movement lead from the tailbone. So we start to lift the hips, then the mid-back rises. Finally, we lift off through the backs of the shoulders, press through the feet. Exhale comes back in the opposite direction. So we start to round the shoulders, slowly lowering the mid-back. One vertebrae at a time, coming down onto our mat. Find that full control. And then just take it slow as you ripple up through the spine. Breath in to rise. Drive the earth away through the soles of the feet. Puff right up into the heart space. Exhale, rolling down one vertebrae at a time. Good. Last one. Inhale to lift. Option, stay here or walk the shoulders in underneath the body, interlace the fingers back behind you, and just start to drive out of the soles of the feet, pinky edges pressing into the earth. And let it go. Release your grip. Untuck through the shoulders. Slow motion rolling down one vertebrae at a time. Feet come a little bit wider than hip width apart. Knees draw in towards the midline and start to press your low back into the earth. Take one palm to the belly, one hand to the heart space. Now close down your eyes and just connect to that 3-part breath. So we fill the belly first, then the rib cage, then the heart space. Exhale from the heart, the rib cage, the belly. Breathe right into your edges and then let that breath fill past your edges. Breathe into the space around you. Exhale, feel the whole body contract. Feel the weight of the air around your body drawing you down. Heel toe the feet back hip width apart. Take an inhale as we spread our arms wide into a T. And then we're just going to give the hips just a little slide towards the left. So they're just kind of sliding off to the left. Knees come up to 90, and we're going to let the knees roll all the way over. Keep coming over onto that right side of the body. Left arm circles around, stacks on top of the right. And so we have hands stacked, legs at about 90 degrees, and that right hip resting into the earth. Take a breath in, gaze follows this left hand. Take it all the way up. Exhale as you complete that semicircle, left fingertips landing down towards the earth. Inhale to rise, draw that left arm to the sky. Exhale completes that half circle, left palm lands back onto the right. And just start to flow with your breath. This time, left hand comes up towards the sky. Take it all the way around. And as the back of the hand lands down towards the earth, left shoulder softening down, our gaze twisting across that left arm. And you might bring the right hand onto the knees as a gentle guide, and just taking us a little bit deeper into that twist. Release the right hand back out beside you. Slow motion, we rise, using the help of the core to bring those legs back through center. And then grounding the feet down onto the earth, and we're going to give the hips just a little slide towards the right. Begin to roll over onto that left side body. Right hand comes to stack on top of the left. And then breathing in, right hand to the sky, gaze follows. Exhale to open, let the right hand fall towards the earth. Breathing in, lifting hand to the sky. And right palm slowly falling. Again, feel like there's resistance between the hands. There's a heaviness in the air that you have to move through. The slower you move, the more you start to notice. And final breath takes us all the way up. And then exhale to soften into that twist where we will stay for 3 long, deep breaths. Option to bring that left hand onto the outer thigh and just gently drawing yourself a little bit deeper into that twist. Right shoulder actively drawing down towards your mat. And then release. Left arm extends back out. Use the strength of the core to help you lift the legs. We're not using the low back. Land the feet, give the hips a little hop to neutral. And then both knees hug in towards the chest. Wrap the palms around the shins. Give yourself that nice big hug. Little rock, rolling into the shoulders. And then hands come to the shins. Let the knees come slightly away so our low back is pressing into the earth. And we just find that little rock side to side. Squeeze those knees in nice and tight. One last time. Big breath in. Exhale, release. Legs slowly extending out. Arms coming down alongside the body, the palms facing up. And just begin to consciously soften every muscle of the body, the skin around the eyes, through the neck and the jaw, softening through the face, the ears. Let the shoulders and the arms grow heavy. Feel a softening of the breath. It becomes almost like a whisper. And the more still and quiet we can become in this physical body, the more we can start to notice. In a world that is always encouraging us to move faster, to do more, achieve more, sometimes really what we need is to slow down. That there is so much to notice both inside and outside our bodies when we take the time, when we open our eyes to all of the wondrous things happening. You hear the chirping of the birds. A moment to feel any wind or temperature of the air against your skin, to just let your senses come to life in this moment. That flood of sensory input, not just coming from the world around us, but the sensory input that's coming from inside our bodies. This wild terrain that exists inside the fabric of our skin. And this is what we come to our practice for, to learn more about what exists inside. That these physical bodies, this microcosmic version of the macrocosmic universe, that as above, so below. So can we feel into all the different layers of ourself, into the valleys and peaks that exist inside us, into all of the darkness and all of the light. And feel free to pause this video and remain in your Savasana for as long as you'd like. And just enjoying all of the sensations that are moving through your body. And then when you're ready, we'll start to invite movement back into the fingers and toes. And just finding a little rock of the head from side to side. And just slowly waking ourselves back up. And reaching the fingertips up overhead, taking a full deep stretch all the way from fingertips to toes. And drawing the knees in towards the chest, and then rolling over to your preferred side. And pausing here for a moment. You can rest the head onto the bicep as a pillow. And just keep the eyes closed down. And take a few moments to come back into this physical body, to feel that support of the earth that you rest upon. And as you press a palm down into the mat, rising up into a comfortable seat, and we find that nice tall spine once again. And hands drawing in towards the heart space, taking Anjali Mudra, and bowing our head down. And we take a full deep breath in, breathe into your edges and then let it fill past. Breathe into that space around the body. Big sigh out, let everything go. And take a moment to check back in with yourself. And finishing our practice in the same way that we began. And feeling first into that outermost layer, into our physical being. And has anything shifted? Is there any new sensations, new feelings of space or tension? And check in with your emotional body. Again, has anything shifted? Are there emotions that have stayed the same? I'm not trying to critique or label, but just become aware. And then feel into your energetic body. Feel into the space around you. And take 3 slow, deep breaths. And with those breaths, cultivating a deep acceptance for how you feel in this moment. And giving yourself permission to be exactly as you are. And from deep within my heart to yours. Namaste.